So note down this problem. A tank contains water up to a height of 1 meter above the base. An immersible liquid of specific gravity 0.8 is filled on the top of the water up to a height of 1.5 meter. Calculate total pressure and position of center of pressure for one side of a tank which is 3 meter wide. So first initially you have to draw the diagram. So mark the points. What is the level of the water in this case? What is the level of the water? What is the height of the water from the base? Hello?
Ma'am, please show question, ma'am.
Hello?
Ma'am, please show question, ma'am.
Okay, take it. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you taken the problem?
Yes, ma'am.
What about others?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So first draw the diagram. Draw the diagram. So what is the level of the water from the bottom?
1 meter, ma'am.
1
1 meter.
meter, ma'am.
Okay, it is equal to 1 meter. Next, which is the other liquid? Which is the other liquid?
Immiscible liquid.
Which is the other liquid?
Immiscible liquid.
Immiscible liquid.
Okay, what is the specific gravity? It is 0.8.
0.8.
Okay, so it is filled on the top of the water up to a height of 1.5 meter. Above the water 5 meter. So now you have to calculate the pressure exerting at different points. Yes. Identify the points. So these are the two liquid. So let me take this as point A. Let me take this as a point A. This as B. And this as D. Okay. So identify the pressure. Point A. Identify the pressure at point A and tell me the value of PA. Tell me the value of PA. Pressure at A is equal to how much?
0, ma'am.
Pressure at A is equal to 0. Why it is equal to 0? Pressure at A is equal to 0. Why it is equal to 0? Can anybody tell me? What is the pressure at A? Why it is equal to 0? Somebody said PA is equal to 0. Yes. Why the pressure at A is equal to 0? Can anybody tell me why the pressure at A is equal to 0? The pressure at A is equal to 0. Why it is?
Ma'am, because there is no pressure in that.
Because the surface of the liquid is in contact with what? The
Air,
surface
ma'am.
of the liquid is in contact with the air or a atmosphere. So therefore, no pressure is going to be exerted at point A. Next, identify the pressure at D. How we are going to identify the pressure at D? By taking the equation. What is that equation?
Rho 1 into G into H1, ma'am.
So rho 1 into G into H1. Okay. Now equate the value of rho 1. Since specific gravity is 0.8, therefore density will be 800 into 9.81 into H1 is 1.5, and tell me the value of PD, that is pressure at D.
11,772.
9,400.
How much?
11,772, ma'am.
11,772. That is Newton per meter square. Okay. Next, identify the value of B. Pressure at B.
$21,582, ma'am.
Pardon?
21,582.
21,582. All of you got the same answer, or is there any other answers?
No, ma'am, same answer.
Okay. Next, you have to draw the diagram. So we are going to consider one phase of the tank. So PA is equal to 0. So therefore, next, what about PD? It is 11,772. So 11,772, let me take it as here. Okay. And this is 21,002. Just join the points. So I am going to join the points like this. Okay. Next, plot a perpendicular here. And calculate the value of the other things. Next, what are the things you are going to calculate here? So this is 11,772 minus 21,582 will be equal to how much? 11,772
Ma'am,
minus 9,000. How much it is?
810.
9,800.
800 and
10, ma'am.
10, ma'am.
Okay. Now, where does the force exist in this first case? In this first
At
triangle?
the upper
Yes.
case, ma'am.
Where? In this triangle,
2/3 of X, ma'am.
2/3 of apex. It will come somewhere here. Okay. So what about rectangle? It is at the center, and again it is a triangle. So therefore the point lies somewhere here. Okay. Next, identify the point F1, F2 and F3. Okay. So let me take this as a F1, this as a F2 and this as a F3. Now calculate and tell me what is the value of F1, F2 and F3. Calculate and tell me the value of F1, F2 and F3. What is the value of F1?
Ma'am, 26,487, ma'am.
26,487.
87. Yes, ma'am.
What about others? Is there any other answers? Yes. Yes. Is there any other answers? Please tell me. Yes. What about F2?
35,316, ma'am.
35,316. Is there any other answers apart from this? What about F3?
14,715, ma'am.
Okay. Then what is F? It is equal to F1 plus F2 plus F3.
$76,518.
Pardon?
6,518.
Very good. Okay. So this is the total pressure. All of you have got the same answer?
Yes,
Because
ma'am.
this is an exercise problem. Hope all of you have got the same answer. Next, let us calculate the position of a center of pressure. Position of center of pressure. Calculate and tell me the value of H star. Calculate and tell me the value of H star. How we are going to write the equation here? F into H star, which is equal to F1 into how much? F1 into 2/3 of AD, F1 into 2/3 of AD plus F2 into AD plus dB or a BD divided by 2 plus F3 into AD plus 2/3 of BD. Equate the value of F1 and other things and tell me the value of H star. Calculate and tell me the value of H star. Is fast. What is the answer for H star?
Ma'am, 1.397.
Yes,
1.39.
1.39.
39.
Any other answers? Any other answers?
No, ma'am.
Because in the textbook they have given 1.686 meter. Kindly check it and tell me.
No, ma'am, 1.39, ma'am.
1.39 you are getting?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So here there is a term resultant for total force is there, which is taken as F, and the distance of this F is 1.39 meter. So where you are going to mark the point? 1.39. Where you are going to mark the point? Just tell me. Either you are going to take this as a reference, as a bottom as a reference, while calculating all these
Bottom.
things, which you have taken reference. This
Top one.
particular from
Bottom.
top or bottom?
Bottom. Top, ma'am.
From
top.
top. So here we have taken PA, PD and PB. This is bottom and this is top. Okay. So we have identified the force F1 where the force, that is the pressure of the water or a liquid which is having a specific gravity 0.8, it is going to exert pressure on water. Okay, it is in vertical downward direction. So therefore taking this as a reference, 1.39 or approximately I will take it as a 1.4 meter. So this is 1.5. Where does 1.4 comes? It will come somewhere here. Okay, so the force F is going to act. Am I right? Okay, so 1.4 meter from top. You have to write here. Okay, hope all of you have got the same answer. And let us move on to the next problem. So take this. This is the next problem. Solve it by yourself. So here more than one liquid is there. I mean to say 3 liquids are there here. So you need to identify the total pressure and position of center of pressure in this particular case. So it is somewhat different from the previous. So 2 liquids, there are 3 liquids are there. So calculate the point pressure at A, calculate and tell me the pressure at A. So let me take this as a pressure at B, this as C, D, and let me take this as a E. Tell me the pressure at A. Pressure at A is equal to 0 because the liquid is open to the atmosphere. Next, tell me the pressure at D. Pressure at E. And simultaneously pressure at B. So here at the bottom up to a height of 0.5 meter. So here the units are in terms of a meter. So the water is at 0.5 meter above from the bottom, and this is the specific gravity of second liquid, and this is the specific gravity of a third liquid. What is PD?
4,806.9.
Pardon?
4,806.9.
2008.
4,000.
Ma'am, 4,806, ma'am.
4,806.9.
Is it correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what about PE?
11,870, ma'am.
70. What about PB? Pressure at B?
Ma'am, 16,775.1, ma'am.
16,775.5.
1.
51?
1. Yes.
Only 1 or 5?
0.1, ma'am.
13.1.
Okay. Now draw the diagram for this. Draw the diagram. So PA is equal to 0. PD is 4806. It will come somewhat like this. Then what about PE? It is 11,000. It will come somewhere here. Okay, and PB is 16,775.1. Now let us join these points. Okay, and erect a perpendicular to this. So this is total 16,775.1 Newton. Total distance is this much. So now tell me the distance from here to here. What about this distance? It is 4806.9. So 4806.9 and this distance is how much? 11,870 minus this distance is equal to how much? 11,870 minus 4806.9.
Ma'am, 7,063.2.
7,000.
63.2, ma'am.
Okay. What about this distance?
4,905, ma'am.
4,905. Okay. 1,077.51. Okay. Now next thing, you have to mark the points of F1, F2, F3 and so on. So where does the point lies here? From the 2/3 of the apex. So go on marking the points. So point F1 lies somewhere here. So since it is a rectangle, so the CG lies exactly at the center. And again there is a triangle. So here the point lies from 2/3 from the apex and 1/3 from the base. And this is the next point. Okay. So now let me mark the point. Let me take it as a F1 and this as a F2. So tell me the value of all the terms, that is F1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6.
Ma'am, width of the tank, ma'am.
It is 3 meter. 3 meter wide.
F1 14.4.
Yes. What is F1? 14 point. How much it is?
14.08, ma'am.
Check it once. 2/3 of 0.7 is equal to how much? Into area, base into height. Let me take this as a D, and this as E. This is B.
Ma'am, 5,47.24, ma'am.
5,000. 5,000.
47, ma'am.
5047.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
0.24.
Next, calculate and tell me the value of F2.
Ma'am, F2 32,049 Newton, ma'am.
32,000
49.
Newton. Okay. Is there any other
30,
answers?
ma'am, 32,049, ma'am.
320.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All are getting same answer, or is there any other answers?
Same.
Okay. What about F3?
Ma'am, 9,535.32, ma'am.
9,000.
535.2.
What about F4?
Ma'am, 17,805 Newton, ma'am.
17,000.
805.
Okay. Newton. What about F5?
Ma'am, 10,594.8, ma'am.
Is it correct? 10,594.8.
Yes, ma'am.
What about F6?
Ma'am, 3,678.75.
3,000.
678.75.
Now tell me the value of total pressure.
Seventy-eight,
72,709.
How much?
78,709.99.
99. Is it correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Point? Point how much?
0.70.99.
787099
999.
again 99.
99. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is the total pressure. Now calculate the value of H star, that is position of center of pressure. Calculate and tell me the value of H star. So those who are present, raise your hands. Those who are present, raise your hands. So calculate the value of H star and come with the answers. So again, today afternoon, that is from 1 to 2 p.m. I'm going to take the class. So come with the answer. Okay. Calculate the value of H star. And today we have discussed the two problems. Similar kind of problem where in first case, there was only two liquids were there. And in the second case, we have considered three liquids. And we have identified the total pressure exerting on this particular container, and now calculate the value of H star. Okay, so this is all for this lecture, and we'll meet in the afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Subject. So at 11 a.m. you'll be having survey class.